We had an existing body of research in this area. We did a lot of work in South Asia. So we thought, why not build on that and capture that all together in one book? The other is also stemmed from our own backgrounds. Two of the authors of this book are from that region. And because of our deep knowledge, understanding, and perhaps even empathy for the region, that drove us to writing this book.
This particular book will be a valuable resource for many professionals, including academics, practitioners and students working across a range of disaster risk resilience and policy-related areas. The uniqueness of this book renders it very valuable to assist with learning, understanding current policy and operations, but importantly, how we move forward to further build capacity and resilience, particularly in a lot of these vulnerable communities.
Particularly Southeast Asia is one of the regions that is most vulnerable to natural hazards risks, and also has most vulnerable communities around the place.
It's a very important region. I think it has about a quarter of the world's population. So it's a very large area with diverse geographical conditions, various kinds of disasters, starting from glacial lake outburst floods, to cyclones, to tsunamis, you name it, it's got it all. So this book helped us capture this diversity of geographical conditions as well as the different kinds of disasters and also the different institutional arrangements to address these disasters.
The readers can actually understand what's happening in communities in these different countries and kind of create their own thought process around it.
There needs to be much more investment for disaster risk reduction, for disaster resilience. A lot of the work that's been focusing on in this area is about emergency management, ad hoc. After there's a disaster, there's a flurry of activities addressing the problems. But what is more important is to build this long-term capacity, long-term ability to withstand and to bounce back and perhaps even bounce forward from disasters. That's disaster resilience. I think that is the impact this book has. So we have chosen to use the word disaster resilience, not disaster management, not emergency management, but this long-term vision of a society which is resilient. There are initiatives for disaster resilience, institutional and community initiatives. And that is very important to actually bring forward that information, that this is happening there and these are these initiatives. And this relates to the second part of the book, the subtitle of the book that says tackling the odds in the subcontinental fringes. And these subcontinental fringes consist of these smaller countries. And when you talk about these smaller countries, I would say that yes, they are vulnerable, but at the same time, they're also resisting. They're not sitting idle, but they are actually addressing the challenges that they're grappling with on a day-to-day basis. There's so many people we need to thank for this, but I think most importantly, the people who helped us do the research in these countries, the field work. It's quite difficult to access communities and to be able to get the right information. There are all these agencies that supported us to do it, governmental and non-governmental, as well as those communities, those at-risk disaster-affected communities who opened their doors with a welcoming smile and shared their life story with us.
There's numerous people around the world that supported, encouraged and inspired the team to write this book, and also my co-authors for their hard work and dedication and their inspiration in continuing with the book, and the collaboration that we did in terms of achieving a wonderful outcome.